Let's go over everything we learned the other day for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. We got that gameplay video, and then we got that behind the scenes video. Now let's go over the gameplay first. What did you guys think of that gameplay? Do you guys think it's shit? Do you think it's okay? Do you like it? Do you love it? I've been hearing a lot of mixed things on the gameplay, and they're mostly negative. And in my honest opinion, I actually kind of like it. I've thought more about it, and I think it looks kind of good. There are still several things I'm iffy on, like the fucking mini-map, but I feel mostly positive about what was shown for us. Granted, it's absolutely different than what I feel like most people were expecting. Most people have been saying how they feel 50-50 on the gameplay, with more people disliking it than liking it. I, on the other hand, can see myself getting behind this gameplay. But most of the information I have for this video is from the behind the scenes footage of the game, which told us a lot of information. Let's start off with the first big thing, Brainiac. We finally know why Brainiac is on Earth and what his mission is. One of the people behind the scenes said that Brainiac's ultimate goal in this game is to turn Earth into the new Callooh. And for all of you slow ones out there, Callooh is Brainiac's home planet. And I can only assume that the original Callooh planet was destroyed, much like Superman's planet Krypton, and Brainiac is trying to make a new Callooh on Earth. The Justice League try to stop him, obviously, and Brainiac manages to mind control all of them except for Wonder Woman, and now all four of those heroes share the same goal with Brainiac, which is to conquer the world and turn it into the new Callooh. So turning Earth into another planet. Okay, guys, we've already seen this with Man of Steel and Superman and Lois, so hopefully this taking over Earth and turning it into Callooh plotline is executed well. Do you guys like this being the plot for the game? Comment down below your thoughts on that. And now let's start talking about these four important side characters we're going to get for the game who will be helping out the Suicide Squad a lot. First up, we got Gizmo. We've already seen this Teen Titans villain before a long time ago in one of the first trailers for the game, and now we're seeing him again, and Gizmo's role in the game is to create several unique vehicles that will help out the squad in Metropolis. Next up, we got our first look at Toyman confirmed for the game, who will be helping out the squad with upgrading their gear. And next, we got this character called Hack, who is a digital ghost that is helping the squad navigate through Metropolis and upgrading their neck bombs. And finally, we've got Penguin. We've seen him a long time ago in one of the first trailers for the game, and it's confirmed that he will be our arms dealer in this game, so he'll just essentially be getting us a bunch of guns and melee weapons that we can use in Metropolis. So these are just the four important people we're going to have to come back to in the game every now and then so that we can progress in the story and get better stuff. Now let's look at the customization, guys. This was the next big thing we saw in this video, and we got a lot to talk about here. So this is the customization screen we have for our character right here. We got the two guns on the left with the melee weapon and the grenades just under that, and then we have the shield mod and the traversal mod in the right with the neck bomb and something else that we didn't get to look at just yet. Now the two gun slots we have, we can equip one gun for each slot, obviously, with the guns varying from the 6 core weapon types in the game, with those types being assault rifles, SMGs, sniper rifles, shotguns, miniguns, and pistols. Every weapon in the game has some sort of rarity to it, and the lowest rarity from what we saw is being green, which is either common or uncommon, blue for rare, purple for epic, and yellow for legendary. There's also 3 weapon manufacturers in the game that all of the weapons will be assigned under. There are LexCorp weapons, GCPD lockup weapons, and Amortech weapons. Whether or not if these manufacturers have their own personal perks and boosted stats for their weapons is unclear as of yet, but speaking of personal perks and boosted stats, we got ourselves gear sets, which have their own personal perks and boosted stats that we can use. These gear sets are being based around villains, with Bane being one of those villains with his own gear set in the game having a poison status effect on that gear. Another one could be Mr. Freeze, with his weapons in the game dealing freeze damage, or even Firefly weapons dealing fire damage. All of these weapons that we can choose between are all upgradable and customizable, so I assume we just go to Toyman, who will let us upgrade any weapon that we want to upgrade and customize it to our liking. We can also customize the look of our character as well. There are several numerous and unique outfits that we can put onto our characters in the game, and they all look pretty fucking sick, I'm not gonna lie. We also got a leak at some more skins for the game, with these skins being the classic skin styles for all 4 of the Suicide Squad villains. Here's a look at them, and these look pretty damn sick. Deadshot having the best skin in my opinion. And I imagine that most of the outfits for us to use will be unlocked through each character's personal battle pass that have their own unique unlockable items for themselves. Now the battle pass is cosmetics only, and there are the free tiers and there are the premium tiers, with the premium tiers being an optional in-game purchase that has more and better cosmetics to unlock. And since this game is a live service game, which is the biggest gripe that everyone has with this game, that means that we're obviously going to get post-launch content for the game. They said that we're going to have new characters, new weapons, and new missions available for the game after it's launched on May 26th. So they're basically saying it's going to be just like the Avengers game. Okay, and that's what everyone's worried about. I understand why most people are upset, and there are definitely complaints I agree with. I wish that this game wasn't live service either. I think it would serve off better as a standalone story-based game and all of that, just like the other Arkham games. But I just have to deal with the fact that it's live service and move on from there. Rather than complain about it being live service, I'd rather talk about the potential exciting content that we will get after launch. So again, they said new characters, new weapons, and new missions will be available post-launch. The new guns are okay, whatever. The new missions can have the potential to be exciting, sure, I hope they are. But we're obviously going to be talking about the new characters that they're going to add. They'll be adding new characters for us to be playing with in the Suicide Squad, and I absolutely just know that everyone's excited for Deathstroke to be a character in this game. It's not confirmed that he will be, but I'm so absolutely fucking positive that he will be a playable character in the game, to the point point where I'm saying that I know he will be in the game. Much like how people were talking about how they knew Andrew and Toby would be in Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, there are several characters that I'd like to see, like Killer Frost or even Enchantress. But this is a shooter game, so let's start thinking of people with guns. I think that Black Manta would be fucking sick. Red Hood would be fucking amazing. I think that they could add in Peacemaker and Bloodsport, which would be great as well. Probably not Bloodsport though, because he's too similar to Deadshot, I guess. I think that Metallo can be really unique to play with. KG Beast would be great. Maybe they can add Slipknot. I would say Captain Cold and Heatwave maybe. Their signature weapon is a cold gun and a flamethrower, so I don't know if they could make that work. Savant can be a great person they can use. I would say Rick Flag Jr., but I really don't think they would add him to the roster. Maybe they can add in Ratcatcher 1 or even Ratcatcher 2 and just give them guns to use. Manchester Black could be someone that they give guns to as well. Okay, guys, look, it's just any villain that you can think of who uses guns or someone who can be handed guns and still manage to pull those off. On the customization screen at the bottom, it says enlisted with a check mark. So I'd assume the squad itself can only be 4 players, and you can choose who you want to be in the main 4, and the other squad members who have not been picked to be a part of the main 4 who go out in Metropolis will wait with Argus in the Hall of Justice or something. Who do you guys think they should add in? Comment down below your thoughts on who you'd want. And then there are just a few other things that we learned that I wanted to throw out there. Unlike Gotham Knights, Suicide Squad is running on 60 frames per second, so I'm sure that a lot of people are glad to hear that. Metropolis will have a map size that is more than twice the size of the map that we got for Arkham Knight. And speaking of Arkham Knight, this game takes place 5 years after Arkham Knight, so a lot of things have changed ever since then. And just like Gotham Knights, each character has their very own skill tree with their own unique unlockable talents. You can switch the squad member you want to play as, it just needs to be outside of an active mission that you are doing, so you cannot switch characters in the middle of a mission. No, you have to switch before or after the mission. You can do the entire story for the game while playing only as one character. You can play the entire game story by yourself or with any friends for online co-op. If you decide to play the game by yourself, then there will be bots controlling and playing as the other 3 squad members who aren't being played by an online player. And for online co-op, you can play with 1 friend, 2 friends, or 3 friends to make it a full 4-man squad. There's obviously no local co-op, however, so you cannot play the game with your friend right next to you on the same TV. The online co-op is cross-platform between PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, which is amazing to hear, and I cannot wait to play with any of you guys who want to play on my live streams. Now, what do you guys think of everything we got? Do you wish we got more? Do you wish we had things that were different? Do you wish that we saw Brainiac? Make sure to comment down below what you thought, like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more Suicide Squad content. I'll see you next time, you beautiful bananas.